It is October 9th, 2024. Waiting for the market to open up. This is a 1-minute chart. I guess today I'll talk. We'll see about that. If I take out the audio or just let it rock. So right now we're going to open up near the close. So we're not going to have a gap. And what that means is this. When you click right here on the right hand side, regular trading. So we're right near the close from yesterday. So when I was looking at price last night, when it was all the way down here, I was like, oh man, we're gonna have a nice down open. So clearly not, but if we go to 15-minute time frame right here, see this high up here, 23.3150. Like, look, they tagged this one, but they left this one, and then they brought this one right here and left it. So those are relatively equal highs with this one, this one, this one. So we got 3 slanted highs. Price has been very funny. We got news. We got FOMC. How many seconds? I got 20 seconds. I could show you real quick. So what they have today is 10:30 crude oils, and then 2 p.m. FOMC, and then tomorrow CPI, and then Friday PPI. Which those are very volatile. Like, price will move crazy, but we'll have to wait and see. The price right now is inside the noonday opening gap, and the market's about to open up. Let me there's pretty much no opening range gap, so I'm not even gonna use the just like I will just to mark it out. Where are my tools at? Right here. So gotta go down to a 1 minute first. So price is gonna open right there. Well, it's already open. So there's no gap. Like, I already filled it from here to there. That's it. It opened. It filled it in. So unlike yesterday's new day opening gap, opening range, which is this down here, that didn't get hit to the midpoint. It only hit it to the upper quad. So I just want to document this, study this, take a peek, find that first fair value gap of this, and just see how it behaves around it. So that's the 930 candle, 931 candle. got some nice lows down here. Tag this area here. Oh, you have to see. I'm just sitting still. Keeping in mind that high, so it wants to go low. Little imbalance right there. Let's check a 5-minute. There we go. See? Filling in that. And on a 15, as I stated, there's a little imbalance inside there. Let's go back to the 1 just to see if that first fair value gap is going to form. Obviously, if I drop down to a lower time frame, there's one right there. No, it can't be on the 931 candle, so still no fair value gap there. Has to be after 931. So here we go. It's purging sell side right here. This could potentially be the first fair value gap. So let's see. Can't be on the 930 candle. That's what I meant to say. But look, if you look at the pre-market, there's a fair value gap there. Price tapped into that. Pretty much filled in the little gap that it had. Opening range gap. So nothing too spectacular. So let's see if this candle right here, we got 27 seconds. If it's gonna actually continue to leave it open, and then we'll be studying that fair value gap just to see what it does. Boom, boom, boom. 10 seconds coming up. I'm not even gonna lie, man. This thing is getting real boring for me, and that's what you want. You want this. Here we go. That's the first fair value gap right there. It has a small volume imbalance. I'll just highlight it just cause. And it's a bearish one for me, so I'm gonna put this one, this color here, and then we're gonna write right there, first FVG, and today is what? Today is the 9th. Boom. Make that black. Boom. All right. So now we'll see what they're going to do with that right there. Now, if this is bearish, we want to see it just come up, tap it, and leave this open. If it leaves it open, those are signs that price is going to go lower. That is basically what we've been taught so far, because I don't think he's even going live today. So let me just double check that. Yeah, I would have got the notification. So we don't know what's going on with that. So whatever. So there you go. It's working inside it. You want to just be patient, chill out. Yep, it's not live. So it's pretty much just letting us do our own thing. Let me do this real quick. Put that there. So you go on the 5 minute, came down, purged this sell side here. Which is this low right here. When it's FOMC, usually from what I've been seeing is like the morning, it just stalls. A lot of people on the sidelines and they wait for that. So let me just take a look at volume. Volume is pretty weak right here. Not that we care, but look at that. So it came right to midpoint. So this is good. You want to see that remain open. I'm going to stick to my 1 minute. So these wicks right here are really good signs. And this staying open is a good sign as it's purging all this sell side here. So now it's inside this is a fair value gap from the first. Now if we go down to a 15-second time frame, this should remain open right here. Let's see if there's a little volume imbalance right there. If that right there stays open, that is what is considered a breakaway gap. But remember, it's purging sell side, so it could just react all this liquidity that it's loading up on with the sell stops. Boom. See all of that right there? But if it is going to come low, I would say is this low right here, which is the Wednesday low, the Wednesday London session low right there. So it's just sitting there nicely. Look at that. That already got hit. So yeah. Boom. Remember, it purged a lot of sell side. So that is enough to push it higher. Back into the first fair value gap. On a 15-second. Look, it went back, filled everything in. Let's put this back on a 15. So as you see here, this could also be considered a breaker, bullish breaker right here. The high, low, boom, push up. Let me just mark that right there, boom. Boom, and then we go down to a 1 minute again. There we go. So it went into the fair value gap there. Volume imbalance right there. The wick does the damage. Let me just lower this right here. So this is how you tape read, you know. You just get accustomed, get familiar. So there we go. Boom. Work the lower quad, failed to hit consequent encroachment of that. What does that mean? This right here. Boom. So these are good signs right here. If price remains under this midpoint, that is a good sign that lower prices are ahead and they're going to want to take out more sell side. Whatever happens, doesn't matter. We're just tape reading. No live trade, nothing. All we're doing is getting comfortable with with reading the tape. There you go. Expands higher again. Candle's about to close up. Let's see where it closes. Boom. Closed there. Okay. At the upper quad. Back into the fair value gap here. Now we got to see how it's acting here. Obviously, a trade inside here, the stop loss will be up here. and you just pretty much have to just deal with that. If it, like, I'm just speaking to myself, because it's designed to shake you up. That's why you want to read this and just chill out. So this is good. If this has to remain, the fact that it keeps going back in there though, I don't like it. But you see this little portion right here, I'll put it in white right now. We don't want to see price go up in that at all. We want that to stay open and show us more signs that it actually wants to go lower. Remember, sell side was purged. We go back to a 5-minute. See this right here? They took out all. This is a nice little clean, smooth area right here. All of this right here. So that was tagged, and they tagged this one. So usually when they drop it, they want to send it higher. So, but it's FOMC, so you can pretty much expect this right here. This is the type of stuff they do. The session that is going to be the most active is going to be the afternoon session. So we're 10 minutes in. It's about 9:39 right now. So see, price is working that area. Because if it was going to leave, it would have not came to the midpoint of this. It would have probably came right here to the volume imbalance and then just continue to run lower. But look at that. See? We don't want to see that. So once you see this, you know that you're about to be offside. Like if you were going short. They're leaving a little piece of it open right there. Let's see. That's how you study that? Boom. Okay. Now, in my mind, that gets cleared out now. So it's working inside here now. Back into the new day opening gap. Boom. So it came down, purged some sell side, running it up. Now let's see if it's gonna bounce off now off of this. We would turn this into orange. Use it as an inversion. So we'll use this right here as of now. And see how it behaves. On a 15-second, I'm sure I'll get way more data. So there it is. It ran down, ran down. And then use these lower time frame inversions to push itself up. Right there. Boom, price came up, came back, worked the midpoint of it, and then pushed up. That's why these lower time frames are like very important. Look at that. You see that? Used it. So those are the signs in the lower time frame that price wants to, to push higher, because it leaves the bottom part open. Open, open, boom, 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 boom. So they say those lower time frames really aren't important, but to me, I'm starting to notice they actually are. Especially if you know what you're doing. So here we go. Now it's back down here, making an attempt to come back into the first fair value gap. I'm going to erase the 15-second one. Okay, right here. So here's what we want to see. How it's going to act now that it's coming back into here. Boom. Okay. Okay. It came right to the midpoint of the new day opening gap right there. Boom. Body's right under the midpoint of it. See these wicks? They're just doing the damage. We got to see how this candle closes in the next 30 seconds. If it starts closing outside of it, we have to monitor that. 9:42. There we go. So we're going to set up our 9:50 a.m. macro time slot. So 9:50 a.m. 9:50 to 10:10. I want to see what's going to happen inside. 10:10 macro. Boom. Okay. So, okay, ran through it, created it, ran through it, came down. So now this would be considered a reclaimed inversion fair value gap because it went through it down, and then if it goes back into it, it's a reclaimed. Because if it was an inversion, it would just run down, come back, and then leave it. So there you go. There's the business. Like, nice little imbalance right there. Let's see what's going on the 15. Yeah, that's just a order block there. Oh, I don't want to do that. Yep, there it goes. Okay, this could be what's considered a breakaway gap, not the one in orange, this one here. Let's see if price stays under that. So we're watching the midpoint of this one now. Took sell side here. So we'll keep moving that down. Let's make it a little bit smaller. We don't need this to be. As it drops and taking sell side, I'll just be moving it down. And this is the low of the day, high of the day of the session. Right there. So put that right there. Make this a line, make it green, text of session. So remember, we want to see this one, this new imbalance remain open. So all it did was just stop out whoever went short inside here. Got stopped out, boom, by it coming all the way up here. So 945. I'm looking at this little wick right here. See, 15 seconds. So look, yeah, you see that? That is what is called a breakaway gap on this time frame, because look, it went down, came into this one, came down. Price is gonna go lower. No, let me this is where I see it coming down to right here. They're gonna take that London low. Make this red, dark. Up. That low right there. London low. Boom. Bottom left. Let's go back down to 1 minute. Yeah, and it's inside the new week opening gap. There's a bunch of fair value gaps from last week inside here. There's a lot going on. That's why it's important to label everything. So let's just see what's going to happen at once it gets into the 950 macro. So we got an eye on that right there. There we go. Just making its way back up into it. There it is. It's exploding back up. So now it's back in this imbalance here. See what's going on the 15. Yeah, you see how that one, that's the one you want to see stay open, but it purged. Remember when it purges and it's reacting off of this right here? Like, but kind of difficult to place a narrative right now. Let's hide everything just to have an idea. See how they cleared out this area here? All of this was purged. This would be expected to get hit because they already cleared out all of these right here. See that? It worked all of that already. But this is what happens on FOMC. You don't get real clear price action. So let's go back down. Let's take a peek on the 15. See, they tagged these highs, relatively equal highs, tagged them. worked it down, worked them up again. Little imbalance right there. Hit there. See that low and that low. And this is the 315. Who's in profit still? The longs. Whoever went long here, they're comfy. They're comfy right now. Unloaded, loaded up. So whoever's short now, they're just, messing around with them, giving them areas where they'll feel safe. It's probably going to just continue to accumulate. There it is, back inside that first fair value gap. This one here. I believe so. Yeah, this one right here, my bad. Now we watch and see what's going to happen from 950 to 1010. Make sure this is 950. You see how the bodies are staying under the midpoint of the first fair value gap? That's a good sign. You want to see that. So this is what is considered a high resistance, because it's not making a clear sprint to any specific direction. We've been in that for like the last couple of weeks. We have one clean day and then one day where it's, and then more days of this than anything else. Because if you guys were already running here, why didn't you just from here run it lower? So engineer liquidity ran up, boom, came back and took the liquidity. Now it's going up, working the midpoint of it. Let's see what it wants to do inside this macro now. This is the high of the session. This is the low. He's not going live. Okay, working the midpoint. Bodies are closing under it. So that's cool. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open. Let's see where this one closes. About to sneeze. Woo. If you're still here, thank you. So if we're going to go lower, they're probably just going to come back up here and tag that high there. And if it's going to go higher, because it's the obvious things, they're going to come get this low. So all you do is, I'm going to put the mouse right here, sit back, and just tape read. Watch it. Because usually inside of this block here, price starts to like move around. And this is not a high impact. Oh, it's at 10:30. It's not even at 10. Look, working this little area here. Watch the midpoint of this wick right here. I'll put it right there. Then we just sit back and chill. Because FOMC, CPI, PPI days, this is what price does. That's why it's important for those types of days when they're on the work week, in the scheduled for the week, you just want to work the days, at least the 2 days before that, which would be Monday and Tuesday. Get whatever setup you can get, and then just keep it pushing, protect your capital. And this is me talking to myself. This is what I'm doing while I'm tape reading in silence. Just observing and understanding. Like right now, why would you want to chase anything right now? There's no reason to be in anything because nothing has happened. Like no strong high has been tagged. No strong low has been tagged. So all you do is just chill out. And tape read it. It's 9:53. Document it, and then I already have things to do, and I'll just go on about my business for the rest of the day. Take my daily notes later, and that'll be that. This is high resistance. So I'm not even gonna like force myself to be staring at the screen. I'm gonna check out what's going on my phone. Just chilling, relaxing. Gary V is just too funny, bro. Love when he be flipping out. Yo, and for those out there in Florida, man, they're probably not even tuning in, but that storm, man. That storm is serious. Let's see. You see? Okay. So this is good right here. Because look, if you measure here, it's important to know, to be aware of this. See that right there? We want to get the midpoint of that, body to body. Mean threshold of that. That's good. And it's inside the first fair value gap. So right now you can't really see it, but like, so the midpoint is this. Of these two candles, that's the midpoint. Everything is staying under that mean threshold of this order block. So we're watching that and the midpoint of that. See how the bodies are staying way under it? These are good signs that price is going to come lower. That's what I would be looking for on a normal day. Today, I don't really care. So they tagged these little lows got tagged. Hit the order block right there. So price is being stalled. They're going to hold price most likely in this area here, this range, which if we go on a 5-minute, they're probably going to keep it between the high and the low. Just boop, 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 boop. And then at 2 o'clock with FOMC minutes, you're going to see more price action during that and after that. So just a little note. I personally won't even be dealing with this. Like if I was going to do anything, it would have been the way earlier session, like the London session. Check this out. Look what happens at 5 a.m. 4:30. It's inside this this one right here, this first fair value gap of the 4th. Price comes up. You get a nice move. Boom, 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 boom. Right into the new day opening gap. That's what I would like be more inclined to be dealing with if I actually need the trade. Look at that, you see? Let's keep it right here. And let's put this right here. Make it a solid line. And we're going to put low of session. Nah, bro, I'm not looking for nothing. What the hell is this? Trading view starts tweaking like that. Nice, 10 o'clock. 30 minutes, and I'm ghost. Just the first full hour of trading. So like if you're actually watching this up until now and you're on my channel, just realize that the most, like, how do I say this? Like most of the videos that are on here are just for studying purposes. They're super silent and they just pretty much show you price action. And they're really intended for me, which is selfish. And if it's bringing value to you, that's cool. But I'm going to just give you a little bit of advice. And trading is a very lonely journey. So do these exercises on your own and do them for you. Do them for you and use YouTube as a hard drive where you can actually go check things out. Data that you want to keep. If you don't want to, like, if you screen recorded it and then you just upload it to a channel. You can make it anonymous. You don't even have to speak. You just want to keep the data and you just want to watch it. Do that for you, man. Like, because you don't really need to be out here showing off. Hey, I did this, I did that. I don't care for none of that. I just do this, and then sometimes when I'm watching back the tape reading sessions, I'll be like, oh, you missed that there. Oh, you missed that there, which kind of helps. Because now, look, you see this. This helps right here in an example. This is a SIBI now. That now is being used to support price now, because the midpoint of that would be like right here. So now we have to see. There it is. You see? I'm using, yeah, this one is there, the first fair value gap, but I'm also watching this one just to see how price is behaving. So it came down right here, and now we're going to see how it's going to behave on these next upcoming candles. Boom. There you go. Back into the new day opening gap. So, because nothing happened here. It was just wicking. Wicking, wicking, wicking. Now it's back in here. Boom. Okay. Boom. Opened here, came here. Open here. So once you start seeing this right here, watch the next candle. 20 seconds to the next candle. Hit the midpoint of the new day opening gap. It's inside the macro. We got about 6 minutes left inside the macro. So all it did was come down, take the engineered lows, boom, right there, it came up. If I go on a 15-second again, you're going to see the play. See these sell stops right here? Equal lows, tagged them, ran, imbalance, boop, 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 chopped, not chopped, consolidated, came up, boom, now it's inside here. Let's see how price behaves and leaves this lower portion of the first fair value gap open. Let's go back to a 1 minute. Boom, that's what you want to see right there. Let's watch that next candle on a regular day, because it's working this SIBI here, this sell side here. There you go, you see? Came to it, through it. So everything is pretty much being balanced right now. Make sure you got your blue screen glasses too. About to put mine on right now, I forgot. Because this will eat your eyesight. So open, closed, opened, and respecting the lower part of the first fair value gap. Boom. There it is. They're going to come tag that right there. See? Now it's working. The end dog. Boom. There it is. Tagging this here. Now let's watch what it does here. So these are the signs right here. Once you start seeing that, again, closing under it after it did something and inside the time that it was in. Now, did I see that coming? Of course not. And I'm not looking for anybody to be like, oh, you're a goat. No, I don't. I'm just studying it like, oh, okay, so that's what y'all did first. Let me hide the drawing so we can get some clarity. Down, tagging the highs. Now it's working here. Lower quad of this wick here. What do I mean by lower quad? Right there. I haven't even checked what Let me see what this one's doing. If they're moving together or not. Oh yeah. Yep. Took its high. Took all highs. So boom. Now let's watch what it's doing here. Yeah. That might have been it right there. That was the sign. Turtle soup. What? So whoever had buy stops up there, they just accumulated them. Yep. Here we go. Let me just put this one back. So they took the high of the day, high of the session. That's the new one now. This has all been purged right here. So look at all these relatively equal highs. What? Dashed green. Let's keep it mini. We don't need to, just to keep the chart clean. Hide this. Let me just take a picture of that. Have it there before it continues to do whatever it's gonna do. Yeah, that first fair value gap again. Now, if it was gonna just go, it would have just tapped right here and then gone. But it's FOMC, so they're just like messing around. They're screwing with people right now. Tag this high now. Let me see what ES is doing. Bam. Yep. Yeah, it seems like ES just wants to keep pushing higher. There it is. There's the first fair value gap for ES. Boom, boom. Price came down to it. Boom. Volume imbalance there. Boom. Consolidated. Boom. ES moves real clean. I'll tell you that. Let's hide these drawings. So on the naked chart, look, if you look from the 950 candle all the way up to the 1010 candle, which is that one here, it's the 950. What happened? Price came down, took these relatively equal lows out, and pushed up to take these relatively equal highs out. Very simple. Now we want to measure how much of a price move that was to the high. About a 50 handle move. Now, where would the entry have been? You wait here, you see it, and then like you would probably have to go way lower, but this is good right here. This is good enough. This little imbalance right here. Let me see a 5 second, because I've been messing around with the 5 right there. Broke the swing high. Came down. Right there. There it is. Bomb. That's gonna come with experience, bro. Gotta keep practicing. So that's what the macro did. Came down, took the relatively equal lows, and then these relatively equal highs, this one, and this one, were then later tagged. See that low right there? Paying attention to these lows and what time they're made, because some of your price will make a low and never come back to it. I'll give you an example. from yesterday's price action. Look at the session low, and price never came back to it. And I'll show you at what time that was. 9:30, 9:35. That was it. It never came back to it. Today's low, 9:44. Price has not come back to it. There it is. Tagged it again. Just accumulating more and more buy stops. Just like to do that just to see it purge price. I'm telling you, this high right here, it's just too well set up for them. Nice and organized. Let me see. Just looking at my to-do list. So now, there's no point of it coming back down now, since it's already up here. I'm going to just get rid of that real quick, because it's just not important. We're leading into we got about 14 minutes to the first full hour of trading. See how it's working this wick now? Why would they not come get this high right here? They're only 20 handles away from it. So they're going to probably do that fast. If it's going to do it. So clearly we see that price was being held, like stalled. Came up, stalled, made the low, came back up into the first fair value gap, filled it, like not showing you weakness. After you read it, came down, stalled, took the lows, and then at 9:57, this is when price started to like actually sprint. Boom, went up, came back, left it open right here. This is that opening part that you want to see. Not here. Because here's you see how it played us? And these are the signatures to show you that no downside, because consequent encroachment was disrespected. Boom, open, came, open, ran up. Then it came back down, left this SIBI here. Price came into it. Let me just highlight it for my own purposes. This SIBI right here, I'm going to make it this color just so I can get a better view. This SIBI right here, price came to it, midpoint, worked the midpoint, and then just started working the midpoint. Little imbalance right here, busy, working it, filled it in. No body was laid on it though. And then here, inside the macro, tagged the relatively equal lows, came down right there. That's when it started to move. Came up into the first fair value gap, into the SIBI. Now it's working here. Price above the first fair value gap right there. Starts wicking out. Boom. Boom. Look at the bodies of the candles. Right there. Ran up. Came down. Keeps running up. Pretty much just showing you its cards as far as like, yo, I want to go higher. I don't want to go low. Because if I was going to go low, it would have been here. That would have taken that low and continued to go. But the moment it started tagging this high, took it. This high, took it. Came down. Now how many? About 10 handles now from the high. From those stacked highs over there. We'll put it on a 15 just to see it. Remove all drawings. Obviously, they don't make it easy. It's not going to be easy to read this shit and be like, oh, I can see it. But look at them right there. 1, 2. That one's already taken. So it's 1, 2, 3. $10 minutes left. I won't be surprised if they take this and then after they take that, bloom! There it is. See that? See how fast they did it? Like, once it got near it, just like popped up. Like, oh, snap, hold that. There it is. 2331.50. So in the beginning of this, I mentioned that right there. Only thing is, like, obviously they tricked. They played tricks. That's what they do. They play mind games. Like, oh no, we're gonna go lower, and then we'll run through it, come back, mess around with it to make you believe that we're gonna go lower, pop, 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 and then boom. Let's explode, non-stop. And this one I'm gonna definitely leave. Low of the session. Keep a note of that as well. O and Q, look at that. Now let's see what he's gonna do now. What is ES doing? Again, we have to keep in mind ES real quick. Okay, ES is just consolidating, very sloppy. Let's extend that, see how it behaves to that. Look at that. So that it was used as an inversion, ran through it, messed with it, and then boom, pushed higher. It used it as a stepping stone. So it's important to just sit back, chill, wait for these types of things to happen. Like, okay, we're going to go higher. We're going to run the highs, come back, and retest. And that's exactly what it did. But if you're looking for an entry here, look, you would have got smoked here as well. So the stop on these things has to be way, way, way more wider. It's a beautiful thing to see, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Damn. I'm just watching a video for like the categories of this storm. Bro. What? Yo. So it's about to be a wrap in Florida. Yo. Shit's crazy out there. Alright, look at that. Back in now inside this end dog here. This is just hilarious. I like to laugh at this because it's funny to me. It really is. It's really funny to me. Let me hide these things. Let me just have an idea of what's going on. Yeah, so all it did was take the two previous days. They took this high right here, the Tuesday high, and the last week's Tuesday high. The 1st and the 8th. Took those two highs out. That's all it's doing right now. And it's looking like it wants to chase the Friday 27th high as well. Back into that daily SIBI. which was where this lonely candle made its way. Volume imbalance there, push price higher. So it took all these previous days highs, just took it all with it on some hurricane stuff, since that's what we're on. On a weekly, here's what it looks like. Reacted from inside here. Let me make this a little bit more presentable. See this high, this low, worked in there. It's been in there all week, since last week into this week. So this was showing strength that they didn't want to go lower. So now it's making its way back into the, yeah, it's already inside it, into this right here, to this weekly SIBI, which this only wicked it. And then on a daily, it hasn't hit it yet. Four hour, it's just clearing out all those highs right there. Give me that, give me that. 1 hour, same. See these stacked highs, this one, this one, this one. It's probably gonna come and get that one. On a 15. It's FOMC, man. That's what they do. There you go. Get a better view right here. Yeah, right there. Clearing out all these highs. This one, all this nonsense. Like whatever, whoever had sell stop, buy stops up here, they're getting purged right now. They're loading up. And what is this right here? That is a fair value gap from the 27th. Look at the bodies. Highest point. Came up, cleared them out. So price has been bullish since yesterday. Like, yo, I'm going to run high, run high, run high. All right. That's that. That is that. I am done with this session. I'm cool. That's enough data for me. I'll come back and study it later. Take my daily notes. Just a little recap. Price came down. Took this sell side down here. Worked its magic. Let's put it on 5. Yep. Worked its magic inside the fair value gap there. And then decided to expand higher. Didn't make it clean though. I'll tell you that much. Little order block there on the 5-minute. Breaker there as well. There's a lot of things going on right here, to be honest with you. See it right here. You know, price came to this breaker inside there. Let me just take a picture of that. A little bit noticeable. See interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So they purged all the sell side right here. This one, this one. They didn't give you no clear play there. Once that one was broken, there's the play. Swing high. No, not really. There's the swing high that it broke. Came right there. They did it like mad sneaky. Very, very sneaky how they did that shit. Came here, used it, worked, boom, left it open. Let's get an eye here. And price ran up to get the sell side, the buy side. Alright, that's it for me.